Hey guys, it's Troy here, and I recently started playing Mario Kart Wii custom tracks again thanks to the WiiFi custom servers. This video right here is called Epic Race Endings. It's probably going to feel a lot like a Best Moments Weekly video, and it's going to focus on crazy lap 3 moments. Most of the endings you'll see in this video will be bad, as you'll see me completely getting wrecked. But I promise you there are a few happy moments, and regardless everything should be pretty funny. So, without further ado, this first track is Wetland Woods, and as you can see on the minimap, the Diddy Kong has a pretty large lead, but the rest of the pack is relatively close together. So I pull a gold mushroom, and I accidentally hit this well-placed banana, but I spam it, and I take the shortcut between the trees, and right as I'm landing, I get caught in the blast radius of this blue shell, and the guy who was getting blued wasn't even in first, he was actually in second, but the guy in first had such a big lead that it targeted the guy in second, so that was really unlucky. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the next track is Stroben's Desert. Top two had a large breakaway, but I had third pretty much secured, or at least I thought I did. So the shock happens right before I entered the cannon, which was unlucky, but I didn't think it would be an issue until I realized I wouldn't be able to clear that gap when I'm small. So because I couldn't clear that gap and everyone else got big in time to clear the gap, I lost 4 positions. And that's just poor track design right there, not being able to make a jump when you're small. Unfortunately, this is an older track, so it hasn't had any updates recently at all. So now we're going to start a little further back on Candy Coaster midway through lap 3, and I go for an item box. If you look at the minimap, the Peach has a decent sized lead over everybody else, and the Toadette has a small lead too over third, and everyone else is close together. However, the shock target shocks the Toadette, and that makes the pack really close together aside from the Peach. So it's anyone's game. I'm going for an item box at this point. I don't get one, and because I was going for an item box, I wasn't going to take the shortcut, and it's also 100cc, so I normally don't take it on 100 anyway. But I'm lucky enough here to get an item box. It's a Thundercloud, which actually isn't bad because I can run this thing to the finish line. However, right before I reach the finish line, I get redded, and this guy not only stars me, but he takes my Thundercloud. Just think about that for a second. He starred me, and it's impossible to take a Thundercloud when you star somebody, but he starred me, and then that same frame that he starred me, his star ran out, and he took my Thundercloud. That is like double bad luck right there for me, which is just absolutely great. I mean, it's really funny. I can't deny it. But anyway, we are on Concord Town, and speaking of Thunderclouds, here's another one. So the bad luck continues. However, this actually has a good ending. So I get shocked, and luckily I don't run into that guy. So I'm able to take the shortcut, and even though my Thundercloud runs out and shocks me, everyone else got shocked, so I'm only going to lose a little bit of time over everybody else. And the shortcut definitely made up for it. So I'm in third, there's 2 spear users behind me, and I'm able to just barely edge them out and pull off third place, which was good. Next race is on Wario Stadium. Once again, we are midway through lap 3, and that red I threw to hit the person in front of me actually hit that banana through lag, which was lucky because my revolving reds didn't look like they were going to save me. So after that lucky moment, I follow it up by smacking straight into that wall, which was definitely not ideal. So, approaching the item box in the middle of the pack, and I pull triple mushrooms. I know the next item set is really close, so I spam all 3 pretty quickly. And right here is amazing. This guy throws this red shell backwards at me, and it hits the green shell behind me. Wow, that is something else. But once again, custom tracks just not being made correctly. I'm unable to make that jump. This was 150cc too, by the way. So that's just really unfortunate. However, not many other people around me could make it either, so I still managed to get 5th place, which isn't too bad. Okay, that's it for Wario Stadium. Next up is Christmas Dream 2, or Christmas Dream. I'm not actually sure what it's called. But yeah, we're at the very end of the race here, and I'm spamming this golden like crazy, trying to get myself up to 4th place, which is right in range. However, there's a blue shell. I have to go to the right to avoid the blast radius. I go a little too far to the right, so I'm going to land in the snow. I'm thinking that's okay, I'm going to get 5th or 6th, but that happens. I get counted out of bounds. Above me, I hit some weird area above me that counts you out of bounds. Like, why is it there? I don't know, but it's there, and that screwed me over. Okay, next, figure 8 circuit. I have the bullet. I'm in 11th. You could probably guess what happens next. I use the bullet, and I Bam! Shock dodge! That's just your last second epic Mario Kart Wii comeback moment. There's always those in this game, which is why I love it. Now what happens to me here is even worse than getting target shocked on that Wario's gold mine ramp. Honestly, what happened there was just the worst thing that could possibly have happened. Like, I didn't have time to turn on that small ledge, and the shock makes you move forward just a tad, and that was enough to send me off the edge. So this puts me in 3rd place. Because it's only a 6-person room, if there was more people, I would have probably been in like at 7th at the best. But just to top it all off, I get a Thundercloud as my last item, and that even makes me lose an additional spot. This track overall is like the worst one out of all 200 plus tracks in this custom track pack. Like, I love Super Mario 64, but racing on this thing is just horrible. But anyway, moving on to better tracks, this next one is Abyssal Ruins, and it has been completely redone from when I last played it, and now it looks absolutely gorgeous. And on top of that, it's really fun to race on. So, right now we are midway through lap 3, and I'm approaching an item box set and entering a spiral-like section. And the perfect item for a spiral-like section is a POW block, and I affect tons of racers in front of me, causing this humongous cluster. And at this point, I'm kind of afraid to wheelie, and I actually end up getting bumped into the off-road on this ramp, which was unlucky. But I pull a bomb, I throw it immediately, I hit 2 racers in front of me, and get 3rd place. That is a great way to end it right there. Let's watch the replay one more time, because that was just marvelous. Here we go, I throw the bomb, and it looks like it almost hit 3 people, but it definitely gets 2, and that looked great. So, this is the end of the video. However, I'm going to throw in a few bonus clips real quick, just to make it feel more like a Best Moments Weekly. This first one is on Bouncy Farm. I pull triple mushrooms from this box, I spam them on the mushroom pad, I fly through the next mushroom pad, I go way up high, and some dude is getting blue shelled way up there, and I happen to hit the blast radius. Crazy. So this next one, I'm getting thunderclouded, but I know there's a Starbucks in this tunnel, but this tunnel has the worst physics ever, and everything is just insane, and I do a circle, and I get the Starbucks, and yeah, I save myself. The last one is on Volcano Beach 3, and I'm holding this bullet bill for the hotel section, and any of you who have played this track know why I'm holding the bullet bill for the hotel section. However, I am unable to use it at that time because I mess up beforehand. The bullet saves me, however, and as I approach the hotel section, the bullet's like, I'm not going in there, and I don't blame the bullet because in here is like the worst thing ever. This is the worst part of any custom track ever, almost. Like, look at this. Just bear with me as I descend down this long and treacherous and narrow and long and annoying and long hallway. And I reached the end only to hit this horribly rendered statue. Great. So, just to top it off, I get rented. And yeah, that's the end of that. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the comment section below, let me know what you want to see me upload. Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart Wii, I'm not quite sure. I'll probably do a little bit of both. But yeah, I'm going to try to upload regularly, and I'll see you guys later.